Ahoy, matey! It's me again. So I painted this floor. There was a bunch of junk going on down there and over there. This place really does need another paint job. I caulked these fat cracks behind here. The last toilet, about a year and a half ago, I found was leaking right here, and who knows for how long it had been leaking. Wherever you see these big cracks, see my caulking, I had an air bubble in the caulking, but I couldn't stop to, but oh well. These big cracks come from the floor gets wet and stays wet for a while, a year, and then something happens and the water stops and then the floor dries out, and that's when the crack opens up. But there was cracks around here. Those are actually full. But you can't fill them up flush, because when this thing spills again, or the toilet, then the planks swell and the caulking comes out and it makes an even worse mess. So you have to caulk them shy. See, the caulking is way inside there. So it's cut off from the air. But, and it's not a black hole, but there is a little bit of hole. I don't know. So I'm gonna, I'm cleaning up now. See, this is one fucked up plank. Oh well. It's time to clean up. I got a different stuff for the pool. See, this is the different stuff. It looks like Elmer's glue. 24 hours for light traffic and 72 hours for heavy traffic. I'm going to put that back in the can. I did all around the fountain. I'm trying to do the problem areas first, the areas that are going to explode. See, so I did this little pad here, and I did all the fountain and all right up to, like, right around here I did. Now, I did that yesterday, so you can't see. There's a little bit of white. Can you see that little bit of white? That's still not quite yet dry. But it's much more gluey. See, I did it all back in here. Hopefully it will glue together this stuff, because it really was blowing apart. Can't see these cracks now, but there was a whole, there were, trying to get a focus. There were cracks, see right where my thumbnail is. There were dozens of places with these small starting cracks that were important to slow down. There's a can of stuff up. It looks like it's going to try to rain. And there's some plywood here. What gives? Oh well. So here is. Remember, we had trouble with the fountain water and all that. See, here is more blue, green dust on the hoof. Green dust on the hoof someday, because the fountain is no longer creating water. Everything is shrinking up. See, I had caulked that, and it shrunk even further than what I had caulked it. I hate those cracks. And some customer pushed open the gate and blew out the little latch on the gate. And I don't know. First, let's take a look at this first. Take a look at this first. See this post here? I'm touching, see this post here? The bottom of it is rotted away. You can see it moving back and forth. Need something. Can you see it moving back and forth? And there's this post here that's strong in the ground. And this post here, I haven't tried wiggling this one, we're going to test it. See, it's a little bit soft too. And then this is tenoned into here. You can see how it had been caulked and painted and now it's separating. It's coming apart. See, that lip there, that is where it used to go right into and now it's coming out. So these posts, the fence is going to fall down unless we do a little something. Bits of rebar driven into the ground and then firmly attached to the fence so that they can't be seen would help. And then so this right here got blown out and I epoxied it. And then I got this great idea. I said, I have a dream that this gate would close by itself all of the way. And I was starting to do that. I reseated these hinges. I ground away a huge amount of, see, this used to be this thick and now it's that much thinner. But still it almost touches. And so I was on my way to doing this. I took this off. I put fancy paint, rust-proof paint, and then I put it back on. So a little bit of rust there, that little bit of red, that's just an artifact now. That will go away the next time it gets painted. So, but there used to be a spring here, but the spring wasn't doing its job. So I put a different spring on there. But I was making it better and better and better, and then Kevin called me away for 2 hours to do 2 AC holes in the wall where ACs came out. And then when I came back, I sort of lost the magic. And when I was tightening this stuff up to get it up and level, I blew out this crack here, so I had to put several screws in there, caulking behind it. What really needs, I used this hole because it was a pre-existing hole. This thing was here. This is from the last set, this plate, and I could not get the screws off. I figured, oh, that's a strong hole there. I'll just drill right through and use that same hole again. So that's why it's there. But we really need to move that from being there to being about right there, so that it has more strength. So it's actually going to be using this board as part of its strength. So, you know, drill a really long hole, take this out, lengthen this just a little bit. You know, those are pretty easy to, if you've got the proper wrenches, that's easy to do. Make it just a smidge longer. And then we can sock these up with considerable strength to get it going back straight again. I don't know. I was doing good, and then all of a sudden I just lost it. So, oh well. Oh well. Well, so that's what I've been doing. I'm going to clean up now. I'm going to put the interior back together as much as possible and remove all my stuff. And I'll come back and I'll put some primer on that tonight. And then tomorrow I'll put some paint all over to make it back to being nicely white. See, this is somebody else's caulk. That's caulking. Look. See the crack there? This was put together with regular steel screws, and then most of the steel screws corroded away to nothing, and now nothing's really holding it together. So the bottom falling off is the biggest deal, but this should keep this bottom up at least a little bit. This thing here, that's a hole going through the wood, so it's not as strong as maybe it should be, but it's stronger than just air. So we might come by and put a whole bunch of stainless steel screws, or these porcelain screws are real nice. They're ceramic coated screws. But to take the hinges off and put the screws from the bottom is to stop this from keeping on falling off. I don't know. There was something else. There was something else I was going to mention. I forget. Let's check this for strength. Oh, see, that's beautiful strong. Alright, I'm going to put all my junk away. I'll be back here tomorrow for just a short time. Probably. Not certainly, but probably. And I'll see you later.